Hi everybody, it's Susan with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a quick card for you today. This is using the Happy Birthday Gorgeous stamp set, and it's also using the coordinating Happy Birthday Thinlets, where we get that Happy Birthday from our Big Shot. I'm also using the Embossing folder Polka Dot Basics, which is a new polka dot folder we have this year with a little bit larger polka dots on there, so those are fun. And then we have a coordinating punch, the balloon builder punch that goes with this set, which I got to punch those balloons out so I didn't have to trim those out by hand. So I'm just going to do a quick demonstration of putting this card together for you today. It's pretty simple. I don't think any of you would have trouble copying it. So this is how I'm going to do this demonstration kind of the way I would do it at a party, so you kind of know what to expect if you want to invite me over to stamp with you and some friends. So when I arrive, the card is pre-designed, and I show it to you, and I bring all the materials you need to make that card. Then I have a pre-cut kit, so we open our kit. So we have our envelope, we have our card base. Today I'm using powder pink. And then if there's any embellishments, ribbon, I have all the tools obviously, and then all the different pieces of cardstock we will need to make the items on the card. Okay, so now we'll get started. So the first thing I would tell you to do is that we're going to make all the embellishments for the front of our card first. So we're going to first go to the Big Shot machine, which I again would bring with me. You wouldn't have to have one on hand. I'll bring one so you can play with it. And we're going to emboss with the embossing folder this secondary front panel for our card. Just adds a layer, and so we put that in our embossing folder like that, and then we run it through our Big Shot machine, which I'm not going to do on camera today. And when we get done, this piece would come out. So it comes out with these spots all embossed on there, dry embossed on there, and you can either use it where the embossing is popping up towards you, or you could have it inset. So either way you want to use that piece. Okay, so there's one. Then the second thing we would do with our Big Shot is we would take our Happy Birthday Thinlet, which now I misplaced somewhere. Here it is. And I'm using thick white cardstock for this one because the die cuts better. And we would put our Thinlet die on our Big Shot. Okay, the back of that all the way along the edges where it's supposed to cut has a perforating edge. So this gets run through the Big Shot. Okay, and I would show you how to do that, and then you'd all get a turn at doing that. And when we get done, we pop that Happy Birthday out of the cardstock to use on our card. So that's two quick embellishments right there that we would have to make on our card. Okay, the third one I'm using is a piece of ribbon, so that's easy enough. Now we have to do some stamping. So I have a piece of Whisper White, and I have two stamps from the set, the Hooray Balloon and the Speckled Balloon. And we open up our ink pad, and we're just going to stamp the balloons. Ink that up nice and inky on our stamp pad. We're just going to stamp the balloons, and I've set it so we can do them at the same time. Okay, press that down. There we go. Then I'm going to open up my punch. So I open my punch up, and as you can see, it'll do two different sizes. This balloon is just for the small one, so I'm going to slide this in from the side. Okay, I'm actually going to do it upside down because it's easier for my right hand to punch these out. So I'm just going to position that speckled balloon in my punch. Okay, I'm doing it upside down so we can see the image, and I pop that one out. And then I can just slide this paper down and get the secondary balloon. Same thing, I'm lining that up in my view of the punch. And when I'm happy with it, I'm going to punch that one out. Okay, and all these little extra pieces can just go in the trash bin. So we've got those two balloons. And then I have a piece of Berry Burst, which coordinates nicely with our powder pink. And I just need one small balloon. So I'm just going to punch one out of that piece so I can get more out of that for a different card. Okay, so now we've got all the embellishments for the front of our card. So now let me show you how we go ahead and put this together. Super easy. So here's our card front. Okay, it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and we're just going to use our bone folder to give this a nice clean crease. Then I'm going to bring the snail, and here's what I do on this ribbon. So I put a little snail on my edges near the bottom, and then I just take my shimmery powder pink ribbon and I wrap it around my base. Now, some of my gals don't feel like that's going to hold it quite enough, so I don't always do this, but for the sake of disclosure, I will show you that lately some of the ribbon has been thicker than usual, so if you're not going to see the side, I will put just Scotch tape over those ribbon tabs to hold them in place. So, not necessarily necessary, but if you feel better about it, you go ahead and do it. Then we're just going to snail our edges on the back of our cardstock. I always apply the adhesive on the back of the piece I'm putting down. You don't ever want to put it on the piece you're applying it to, because if you don't keep it behind where it's going to go down, you'll have sticky spots, and that's never good. Alright, so there's that, and I'm just going to press where I've got my adhesive to adhere those. Okay. Now, for this happy birthday, I'm going to use liquid glue, and I'm only going to use a little bit, because this liquid glue is very tacky, and if you get too much, it will leave tacky specks on your card, so you don't want that. We also have a thin tip glue, which actually I just used the end of mine yesterday, but you could use that as well. So I'm just going to kind of gently, and if I get too much, I'm going to pull it back off with my tip and put it on a different part of my Thinlet. So I'm just going to go around and add some adhesive. I'm not worried about getting it everywhere. I just want to apply it to maybe some of the thicker parts, and just so I have enough to tack down the edges that might get fingered by the receiver of the card. Alright, you don't want their card to come apart on them. But as you can see, I'm just adding just specks of that adhesive, not really putting it on heavy at all. Alright, so now I'm just going to flip this over and adhere that to my card. I'm just pressing that down gently. Okay, it takes that liquid glue just a second to adhere to the paper you're applying it to, because remember, we put it on lightly. Alright, now we're going to have some fun putting these balloons on. So we have dimensionals, these are like pop dots, and I'm going to put one on the back of each balloon. So I'm going to start with a speckled balloon, and I just peel off the back, and I'm going to put that here above the happy birthday. Alright, now I'm going to put a spot on the card next to that, and I'm going to put the dark balloon overlapping just a little, and then I've got the last balloon, hooray, same thing, and we've got the front of our card, just like that. That didn't take too long, it wasn't too hard, was it? So that's pretty easy. Then, from the stamp set, I have put on a block, clear mount block. I'm going to open this up. Make a wish, it's your day, because the front already says happy birthday. So I'm going to stamp in the same powder pink ink onto my powder pink center, because it's nice and light. Just going to square that on my grid sheet so that everything is kind of square when I'm looking down. And I can see through my block, so I know where I'm positioning my words. I'm putting that down. So there's my center, make a wish. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Simple card, lots of pizzazz. And then I've just used that same hooray birthday balloon, and I stamped the edge of my envelope there with that. So that's pretty quick. So just that simple. So if you want to have a card party, get together with a friend or two and have me over to stamp, that's what you can expect me to bring, all the goodies and treasures for you to have some fun stamping and learning some new things. Something else I'm going to mention today is that starting in January, I'm offering a bundle to go project, where this month I'm actually using this stamp set, the Happy Birthday Gorgeous set, with its coordinating embellishments. If you order the product and then add an add-on kit, I'm going to design 6 cards, probably more than 6 cards, but at least 6 cards, special new for anybody who participates in the bundle to go, and you will receive a kit in the mail every month for 6 months, so that if you have the product, you can make 6 cards, one each month. and really get a hang for using your new stamp set. So, and that just comes to you automatically in the mail for your stamping pleasure at your leisure in your own house. So nice and easy and simple, but it allows me to kind of know ahead of time how many I need to make. So you have to sign up to do that. Sign up in the month that I offer it. So this is the month to sign up for Happy Birthday Gorgeous. And I'm going to offer a new one every month going forward. So you can be participating in multiple groups as I go forward. So if you have any questions about this card or about the project I'm doing with the Bundle to Go, you go ahead and contact me at pumpkinhillstampers.com, either from my website, or you can email me at susan@pumpkinhillstampers.com. And I do post all of that information on my website and also in my Tuesday Show and Tell. So if you don't get my Tuesday Show and Tell, go ahead and contact me to sign up for that, and then you won't miss any of the fun stuff I've got going on. So until I see you all again, which is probably pretty soon, I hope. I hope you've subscribed to the YouTube channel so you're seeing everything I'm putting out there. I'm a busy little stamper this year. That's my goal. I'll see you very soon. And then, have a wonderful day and happy stamping!